There's a chill in the air and the weather couldn't be better. Howdy everybody. This week on the high road, we're up in Michigan at my home away from home. We're at Legends Ranch, located just outside of Bitely, Michigan. I've been coming up here for well over 20 years now, and I've hunted here just about every time of year there is, except for now. This is the first week of October, and it's called the Presidential Hunt, and I am super pumped.
We're excited to have Keith Warren back in town here at Legends Ranch.
So the guy that runs this place, the guy that is responsible for everything here, his name is Robert Sergi. He is the director. Robert has a passion to make people happy. Robert loves people. He loves this place, and he wants to make sure that his love and the joy that he has in this place, he shares it with you.
Uh-oh.
Look at this.
Mr.
How
Warren.
you doing?
How are you, Keith?
For me, what makes the Legends Ranch so special is the total package, the total experience that you get. From the time you get here to the time you leave, you're going to be pampered. You were treated like a king at Legends Ranch. I've been coming up here for a long, long time, and this right here is the end of September, first part of October, and I'm telling you right now, I'm happy to be here any time of year, but especially this time of year because this is the time of year I've never hunted here before.
Keith is joining us on a presidential hunt. The presidential hunt is the first crack at them. It's the first part of the season. We're just so excited to have Keith here.
All right, so we just checked in and got everything set in the room, and now it's time to check zero. But before we check zero, I'm gonna tell you something. Every time you come to Legends Ranch, you're gonna notice an improvement, something that they did that they didn't have to do, but they make it bigger and better all the time. And so behind me is a new shooting range. They have improved this thing tremendously. And the very first thing that you wind up doing as a hunter, regardless where you go, is check zero. But the cool thing about this now is on this shooting range, they've got everything from 20 out to 100 yards. They've got steel targets and archery targets, and they got it all set up. And it's just another improvement they have here at Legends. So right now, we're gonna check zero on a crossbow. All right, so we've got a cocked 10-point crossbow here. This is the Nitro 505, and although they've got shooting benches here that everybody would wind up shooting off of, I'm not doing that. The plan is to hunt off the ground with this crossbow, but as you hunt off the ground, you're gonna have to have, whether it's a rifle or whether it's a crossbow, in a good rest. And so I want to practice the same way that I plan on shooting. So I've got it in the Kofiega rest. All I need to do is just take one shot at 25 yards. Anyway, this thing drills it, and this thing is doped out where with a sight mark scope, I've got one crosshair at 25, and the next is 50, 70, and 90. So if I'm on at 25, I'm good to go. Let's take a shot and see what happens. That is perfect. This dude right here is dead on. That means I'm good at 25, 50, 70, and 90. So I'm set up on a little area called the strip, and in a little pop-up blind. Okay, so I get all settled in there, and I realize that this is the exact same area where years ago I took a 50 BMG and actually shot a doe, and I missed it, but I killed it. And that video is on YouTube, and it's got millions and millions and millions of views, and you think, how could you miss a deer and still kill it? I don't know. Why don't you watch that video and tell me? So this spot right here is a super spot, and the weather could not be better. The crossbow is all zeroed in, and we are good to go. See what happens? So basically I own everything out in front of me. And what I mean by that is I'm looking at about 60 yards to the other side of the food plot before the next wood line. And this crossbow is dead on. So I know that I own with this crossbow out to 90 yards, so it's only a 60-yard shot tops. So anything that steps out in that food plot is mine. As far as hunting goes, you know, when you go on a hunt, you always set your sights, I want this or I want that. For me, I want to have a good time. And you're going to have a good time at Legends Ranch. But the kind of deer that I'm after is kind of unusual. I don't say I want one with a drop tine. They got them. I want one with double drop tines. They got them. I want one with spread, mass. They got them all. But I'm looking for one that trips my trigger. And what trips my trigger more than anything is a deer to put on a show, on video first, but he's got to be old. If he's not old, I'm not shooting him. There. Couple road guys coming in. Covered up with deer right now. Some nice young deer. It's a fantastic time of year to be here. It just is starting to get cool. Deer bucks are tolerant of one another right now, but they won't be in about another 30 days. So far I haven't seen a big one, but that buck right there has got the drop tines. That's a cool looking deer. He's just too young. Give him a couple years and I can't wait to see what he's gonna look like. The celebration here at Legends Ranch is unforgettable. And what I mean by that is that's when you really find out the character of these people, of a hunter. Who shot it?
I did.
Did you? My goodness, come all the way from Georgia, huh? When you say, tell me about your hunt, I mean, you shake hands and you feel that grip. You feel the emotion and you hear the passion in their voice about what it took to take that animal. You feel how they feel about their animal and how they feel about the entire experience. And so to me, this whole celebration of the hunt, it all brings all the emotion together and I look forward to it each and every time. So this right here is Presidential Week at Legends Ranch. And I've never been here at this time of year or at this session. And so this is an exciting time for me. But one of the things is that every night it's a celebration. And this is just a celebration. I mean, 2 massive deer were brought in tonight, but it's a celebration like this with every single deer, every single night.
To the people out there, I am looking forward to having you join the Legends Ranch experience.
So your typical day at Legends Ranch, you're going to start out in the morning early and you're going to get with your guide and y'all going to have a continental breakfast this time of year. What happens, you'll go to your stand and stay there till about 9:15 in the morning, and around 9:30 Chef Jason's going to have breakfast ready, okay? And it's made to order. It's beautiful. And then you can kind of relax the rest of the morning. And lunchtime is served later on, and the lunchtime is going to be around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. There's a reason they do this, okay? You're going to eat this big meal in the middle of the day, because who wants to eat a big meal right before dark? You're going to get done with that meal, and then you're going to go right out to the deer stand, and you're going to hunt till dark. If you wind up killing your deer, you're going to come in, there's going to be a celebration, and there should be a celebration. You took an animal's life, and it's worth something, okay? And we celebrate it here at Legends Ranch with champagne and laughter and hugs and just camaraderie.
Hey guys, I'm Craig, back here at Legends Ranch. See this guy right here? You can go any place in the world and shoot big bucks. But at Legends Ranch, it's more than just that. It's the camaraderie, it's the facilities, it's the top of the line, no exception, no holds barred, 5-star service. I recommend to everybody to put this on your calendar. I know it's on my calendar every year. I don't miss it for anything.
Okay, and then after that, you're going to retire to the Wildlife Center. And the Wildlife Center is something like you've never been in before. It's the biggest trophy room you'll ever go to. I tell people, I say, you think Bass Pro and Cabela's got some big stuff? This is like 10 times that size, seriously.
Yes, so the Wildlife Center is a collection of my family's animals from all around the world, and it's a nonprofit, and we do a lot of different educational work. We partner with about 40 different schools in the local area, and we cover all the transportation, and we bring them through the museum and teach them all about the importance of conservation through hunting, as well as about 10 different other programs, from first-time hunter programs to meat donation programs, anywhere from scholarship applications. We're trying to dabble in a little bit of everything and really try to make a big difference. If you're interested in finding more information about the Wildlife Center and how to support us and our foundation, we'd love any kind of support. If you're an artist and you have a cool piece of art that you'd like to display in the Wildlife Center, we have a great program for artists. If you would even just like to support and just come visit and tour it, just give us a call and find out more information online.
All right, we're actually in the same spot that we were in last night, and I don't have a whole lot of confidence personally hunting whitetails in the morning. I don't know about y'all. That'd be a good question. If you're on our Facebook page, let me know what you think. Morning or evening works best for you, because for me, evenings, no matter, even if I'm at Legends Ranch, work best for me. But I know this is a good spot. We're in a good travel corridor, so a lot of deer last night as far as mornings go. And all the years I've hunted here, I don't know how many deer I've taken here seriously. I've taken a lot. I've only taken one in the morning, and it was last year. And we rattled those rattling horns, and I mean, bam! The deer showed up, and I smoked him, so.
Look at this buck right here. All I know, look at the body on him. This is what I was really focused on more than the antlers. I mean, the antlers, He's absolutely huge.
Anyway, the odds are not real good in the morning for me, but they kill a lot of deer here in the morning, so we'll see how it works. So it's the second morning, and I'm sitting there, and I mean, we got in there early, and I'm stoked. And all of a sudden, I mean, there's a lot of deer out in front of me, but I'm waiting on the right deer. And all of a sudden, the right deer shows up. It's like, oh my gosh, this deer is beautiful. He's old, and he's big, and he's right out in front of me. So I've had 2 opportunities at this one buck, and that deer would certainly fill the bill. I mean, he's beautiful. Looking back at the footage on him, he's absolutely beautiful and absolutely old. So if he comes back, you're doggone right. If he gives me a shot, I'm gonna take it. We're gonna see what else happens. As a deer lover and deer manager, I pay attention to the deer herds and the different places I go to. And here at Legends Ranch, the cool thing that I like about it is that there's a good variety of deer in different age classes. When you come out here and you sit, you're gonna see a good mixture of bucks and does, which says the place is managed right. Plus you're gonna see a good mixture of young deer, middle-aged deer, and mature deer. And when you see all that combined into one place, you know that the management on that place is done right. Been a really good morning, saw a lot of deer, including one that I really like, and we got footage of him. One of, I guess, the best footage I think that we've gotten in years happened to be a doe, and I mean, it was so beautiful. But anyway, they've cleared out. We had a good time, good sit, but because of that one buck we got back there in the woods on the footage, we're gonna come back here this afternoon. And hopefully he'll come out. So when you hunt at Legends, you're gonna have a guide, okay? He's gonna be with you the whole time. And my guide for this hunt is Kyle.
My name is Kyle Winquist. I'm a guide here at Legends Ranch, and I'm excited to be hunting with Keith Warren this week. So we run reconics all year long, and this is a great way to get inventory on the deer in the area. And we have been seeing one specific buck. We have a major game trail right here that these deer have been hammering. So we're gonna see if he shows up.
As people watch the video of this buck, you know, you may look at it and think, gosh, you could kill him in a heartbeat. I could, you doggone right. Why don't you kill him? Let me tell you why. I don't because of you, and I don't because of the thousands and thousands of viewers out there, and I don't primarily because of the deer. I'm kind of funny in the fact when I take a creature's life, I take it really, really serious, okay? And I believe that we need to treat these animals with respect in life and during their death. And it's for that reason that, and I know this is kind of weird, I will not kill an animal unless we get fabulous footage. And the reason why is because I owe it to you, but I also owe it to the animal. And just ethically, I believe that's the right thing to do. So that scent went pretty good, but a big deer never came back in that morning. So that afternoon, I hopped back in the same spot. So I say this all the time in typical high road fashion. It's like we wait to the last minute to kill a deer, and that's not deliberate. It seems like always we wait to the last to be able to get it done, but for some reason we get it done. Okay, so it's the last evening, and we go sit in the stand. I told Johnny, I said, and Johnny's shooting camera on this trip. I said, Johnny, if we wind up, the very first mature buck comes in, I'm gonna shoot him. So in typical high road fashion, this is the last evening of the hunt. Now why it works out that way, I honestly don't know. I mean, we're seeing some deer, and there's some nice deer, and all of a sudden this buck comes in, and I mean, he's a nice buck. He's standing right in front of me, but he's not mature, and you can look at him and tell he's not mature. And all of a sudden he throws his head up. That tells me somebody's coming in, and sure enough, the man was coming in. So the buck's about 25 yards out, and I think, okay, he's coming in. I'm thinking he's fixing to leave. And all of a sudden he turns around and he's quartering. I think, now this crossbow's a hot rod, man. I mean, 505 feet per second. So I put the crosshairs right there on the front of the shoulder, knowing I'm gonna hit the lungs on both sides going through. And I send that arrow. Hey, man. Oh, it went that way. Golly, that arrow did not go in as far as I thought it would. I thought the arrow went all the way through him. That was a good hit though. Going off stump, but that was a good hit. Check this guy out, y'all. This is an absolute beast of a buck. I mean, you gotta admit, that right there is no ground shrinkage here. Just look at him. I mean, when this guy came in, I knew instantly that he was a mature deer. What happened was that the buck out in front of me that was just feeding out in the food plot raised his head up, took a look out, and that told me somebody else was coming in, and here he is. So look at this, he's got velvet coming down here still. This is the very first week of October, and the bucks, they're still kind of bunched up together, but they're just starting to get to the point they don't tolerate each other. Take a look at the mass on this guy. I mean, the brow tine. Look at that brow tine right there. That's probably a 11-inch brow tine right here. And I don't know how many points he has, and I don't care. I came to Legends Ranch to take a mature buck. Okay, I really don't care what they score. I really and truly don't. I tell everybody when I get here, I'll know the deer I want to shoot when I see it. And I always want to shoot a mature deer. I've seen plenty of really big deer that would, quote, score better than this during this hunt. This buck right here is everything I came for and more. I had no idea that he was going to be this big. He's probably 230 pounds is what I bet, maybe even more than that, 240 pounds, but he's certainly a nice buck. He's a mature one and something I'm proud of. And folks, you know, there's lots of places that you can go. This place is just outside of Bitely, Michigan. What we do, we fly into Grand Rapids and then they pick us up and they treat you like a king. And the people that come here, they may be doctors and lawyers, or they may be plumbers or carpenters, or just a Bubba redneck like me, and they will take care of everybody the same. And they got some unbelievable deer and wonderful people. And if you want more information, you can get a hold of Robert Sergi. He's the director here. He'll be happy to answer any questions you have, or just check out legendsranch.com online. They've got a very good website, or heck, you can go to YouTube, and we've got tons of videos from right here at Legends Ranch. And right now we're going to take this guy back, and we're going to show you what happens firsthand when you wind up taking a monster right here at Legends. One decided to walk in tonight that I just couldn't live without.
Yes, very pretty.
Thank you.
Awesome.
How was it?
It was wonderful. We're gonna have a little toast. Oh, there he is. Yeah. One finally came in and said, shoot me, shoot me. I mean, look, can you believe that? Thank you for all that you do for me and for all the hunters and for the children that are fortunate enough, and the non-hunters that are fortunate enough to come in here and learn about hunting in the Wildlife Center right here. They, Robert and Arthur have done a phenomenal job educating and helping protect the future of hunting, and I want to commend all of y'all and thank y'all for watching. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Cheers.